Hi guys, recap. The first question, 10 people report the total hours that they study for statistics per decade. Find the sum square, uh, uh, variance, standard deviation. Okay, and this is the data. Okay, let me show you how to do it in Excel. Okay, first number, there are 10 people, and the first column usually just do case number, right? And there are 10 people, so 1, 2, oh, and then you highlight these two numbers, wait till it's crossed, hold it, and then go to 10. You should know how to do it already. And then let's enter the data. And sorry, Mandarin is easier for me. So 15、34、32、46、62。You know what I mean? I am still thinking in Mandarin in terms of numbers. So I don't. Yeah, that's just me. 34. Oh, English. 28、52、28. All right. Now the first step, of course, is the mean. And you should know how to do the mean. Equals every RG, right? You highlight the whole thing. So now this is the mean. Now second step is the deviance of each data point from the mean. So equal, and then highlight this data point minus the mean. I believe a lot of people are tempted to highlight this cell, but don't do that. Okay, just type this number 32.7. If you highlight a cell, later you'll be in trouble because the next step you're going to do this, right? Let the system do the rest of the calculation. If you select the cell right here, then you will calculate incorrectly, right? So listen to me. Just type the number. Okay. But of course, right now we need to square, right? So equal, select, and then little hat, and then tell the system to square by entering 2. And we do this, right? It's just so quick and neat. Okay. Now we need to get a sum of all the numbers, right? There are two ways. Let's do this sum. How about that? Sum, highlight the whole thing. Okay, so this is total. And finally, no, not finally. Now we need to get the variance. Now this is sum. Variance. What is the variance? How do we do that? Okay, so equal, and then use this to divide it by. Now probably you are tempted to say 10 because there are 10 cases. But remember, we're not supposed to do that. We need to divide it by degrees of freedom, which is 10 minus 1. That will be a better estimation of population's variance. All right? So remember, it's 10 minus 1, which is 9. Okay, and finally, standard deviation. Sorry, standard deviation. Now, let's take the square root of this number. It's equal. Highlight this, and then square root is the same, the little hat, but this time 0.5. Okay, so that is standard deviation. All right, so that's the first question. Now, second question. In May 26th, 2014, Molly Scholler, I don't know how to say that, 34, reportedly weighs in at 120 pounds. She's, quite light. Ate 2 steaks in an eating contest. And each steak is 72 ounces. And she did that in 15 minutes. This is insane. Please don't try it at home, okay? Suppose Frank the bear was one of the contestants, and each contestant on average ate 64 ounces. The standard deviation was 20. So this is the mean, this is the standard deviation, right? Now Frank the bear ate 54 ounces. So he probably performed better than how many people in terms of percentage, right? I'll show you how to do it in Excel. So here, First, this is the mean. This is standard deviation. Now Frank ate so much. So what will be his z-score? Let's do this. First, we use this to minus this. Okay, that's 10, right? And then this score need to be divided by standard deviation. This divided by this. Okay, so this is Frank's z-score, right? Now we check the table.